today's Misbehavin' Adventure, we are going to be planting lettuce so that you can go out in your backyard and pick a fresh salad whenever you feel like it.
It is a cool day here in South Florida, so what better time to plant some lettuce? Since lettuce likes temperatures below 80 degrees, which we rarely get in South Florida, but today it happens to be a chilly 56 degrees, warming up to the low 70s today. So we are going to plant a pot and patio lettuce blend. There's several varieties in there, so the time to harvest for these is 33 days to 55 days. We have a black seeded Simpson, which is about a 43-day to harvest. And then we have the salad bowl, which is about a 45-day to harvest. So I like to keep the ones in the beds all about the same range so that they all come ready to harvest about the same times. And I always take all my seeds and put them in the individual packets to store them. And then I label each one of them in the area that they're going to be put in, because we're going to break this into thirds. So we're going to have about a third, a third, a third, and we'll be able to determine what it is later when we go to save the seeds, because we have the popsicle sticks that label them. So let's get to planting. Alright, so we're going to get started with the salad bowl portion, this far third. We're going to take out the seeds in our hand, which it looks like they have something other than salad bowl in there. But we're going to sprinkle these on very thick. We're going to overseed this so that we can have cut and come again lettuce. We can just come up and chop off what we want, and it'll continue to grow after we harvest what we need. So we are probably going to use the majority of this package in this 1/3 portion of the planter. We just want to sprinkle them around, get good coverage. And we've used up about 3/4 of the package. Now we're going to move over to the black Simpson and do the same thing. We're probably going to only use about half of this package. We're just going to sprinkle it in this middle 1/3. And when this comes in, it'll grow in nice and thick, and we can just cut what we need for our salad every day. We usually come out and harvest it for 2 days, 2 to 3 days worth. When you cut them, it'll last up to 6 days or so. Get it good and spread around. And this one we're probably going to, again, take about half of the package. This one has the mix of several different types. This one's a little easier to see because it's white against the dark dirt background. And we just want to get it on there nice and coated. So there we have it, kind of the third lines I drew there. The individual seeds, and then we're going to come back and put a layer about 1/4 inch and sprinkle it on top, cover the seeds. Be right back with the dirt. Pre-moistened soil that we have here, and we're just going to sprinkle a little bit on to cover the seeds. Don't need much cover, just about 1/4 inch. We're just going to kind of sprinkle it around on everything so all the seeds get covered. And then we're just gonna take out big chunks like that, get rid of those. Just kind of lightly pat it down to make sure that the soil comes in contact with the seeds. you have a couple areas that didn't get enough dirt, just put a little bit more on top of them. Pat it down. Any chunks, try and break them up. Get around the edges real good. Another big chunk we don't want to keep in there. And then it is ready to water. So with the mister, we just take it and give it a nice light misting, which also helps compact the soil down against the seeds. And then when they start to germinate, then we will put on an organic fertilizer, one that has a higher nitrogen level, like a 555 is good, because the nitrogen will help the leaves grow, and since it's lettuce, we want to produce more leaves. So we'll use a fish emulsion to fertilize it. So we will check back on this in about 7 to 10 days when it starts to germinate, all the seedlings. At 2 weeks, and we are looking good from seed. This is the 33 days to harvest. This one was the 42, and this one's the 45 days. It's time to give it its first liquid fertilizer. We're organic, so we use fish fertilizer. Fish fertilizer has a 511 NPK. The first number, nitrogen, is very good for the leaves. So we are growing lettuce, so we definitely want to boost the leaves. You can use any type of liquid fertilizer you want. If you want to use a 555 or a 10-10-10, anything that has a higher nitrogen level. So we are going to give it its first dose of fish fertilizer or fish emulsion. And the ratio is 1 tablespoon of this to 1 gallon of water. It doesn't need a whole gallon, so we're just going to give it a little bit. And then we will continue to fertilize it once every 7 to 10 days. To give it a nice good dose. Get it right on the leaves. When you're getting ready to harvest it, you probably don't want to give it a dose of fish fertilizer that day because this stuff does have a fishy smell to it. Alright, we'll check back in another 10 days to 2 weeks and give it another dose of fertilizer. Okay, so 20 days ago we planted the seeds, and 10 days ago we fertilized it for the first time. So here is our second dose of fish emulsion fertilizer. And that'll do it for now. And here we are 2 months later. Look at the growth we have. We are ready to make a salad now. You can come out and harvest the bigger leaves right now. Some of these still have a few more days of growing, but it's definitely ready to harvest the bigger leaves. Come out whenever you want a salad, pick you off a couple leaves, make you a fresh salad. Container gardening is as easy as that.